Hey there, and welcome to checking out the Kuroshi Rider Arigato Senkenbutai Rikugun-Shoi, and that is not a mouthful or anything. This is for the JSA for the army pack once again. This is not sure if you can buy this separately. It might be in special mini just for the army pack. I'm not really sure about that one, but either way, let's check out its components and assembly process and see how clean it really is. First up, here you go. The bike itself comes in two halves. It has one large exhaust and two smaller exhausts, which are here and here. And the body of the rider comes as a single piece with the two separate arms, one holding a gigantic scythe and one holding on to the handlebars. So I shall go through these one by one so you can see how messy and clean they may or may not be. First up then, half a bike here, and it's very, very clean. I can't find any cast lines. And we just have our injection point here, which is also the tab which will be for mounting it on the base. I'll probably round this off a bit because I will use it. I'll drill and pin, and that will be quite a convenient pin. Can't find any cast lines, and other than that, there's half a dozen or so release points, but it's something that's this complicated, that's just to be expected, I think. It even looks really mad this way around, where it's they've actually hollowed out as much of it as possible, but it kind of has a really nice look, and I don't know, it'd make quite a nice piece of scenery just that way around as a sort of trash piece of bike, I think. But that's me being stupid. So that's one half of the bike. And here is the other half of the bike, and again, no cast line to speak of really. Well, actually there's a bit of one there. It's very difficult to tell because it blends very well into the bike. Slight of one there, but other than that, once again, we have injection point down here and down in the base here. Other than that, we've got a few release points, like at the back here, around the back. But again, very close, bit of flash at the front end there. But it's pretty clean, as you would expect. I think it's a canny beautiful bike as well. Here's the rider then, and she's super clean. The only thing that does need a bit of a clean up is around the ears here and the back of her heels. Other than that, it's just the injection points are in through the feet, and there's not even really release points. I think there's one on the tip of the ear there. What looks like you might need to clean up on the arms is actually the attachment point, because one is a square socket going in, one is a square socket coming out. Other than that, she's actually one of the cleanest miniatures I think out of this box set as far as I can tell. We've got the exhaust pipe then, it's just got this injection point, a few release points. Very, very clean. Can't really see a cast line. There's ever so slight one I think running along this edge, but not really, and there's nowhere else to be seen. Here then are what I thought were the other exhaust pipes, but it turns out they're actually handlebars, which means you have two handlebars, so in theory you could cut the handlebar that's in the left hand out, change the position of the left hand and get rid of them. But as you can see, they inject straight into the handle, so that's really easy to remove. The only flash is really on here. There's a little bit of flash in between the brake lever and the handlebar itself, but that's not, that's a really tight squeeze gap. And then there's just a release point on the tips of each of the brake levers and handlebars. So again, that's pretty neat. Here we have the left arm, and it's got the injection point coming into the arm here, which is an irksome thing of mine. It doesn't come in somewhere nice. I preferred it to come out of here maybe, or out of the handle. It's a bit of flash in around the handlebar and the brake lever. I don't know if you can really see that. Other than that, release point under the elbow for some reason. Release point, and a bit of flash in around there where I'll attach into the bike. And I think because you've got the two other handlebars, you could in fact cut this handlebar away and you could have a rider no hand, maybe. Might even be able to reposture her so that she's doing a double-handed hold of the scythe, but I'll have a look at that before finishing this video. Here we have the scythe then. It's got a bit of flash up round here, release point. It does have a cast line running around the edges. It's going to be a bit of a pain to clean because there's quite a lot of flex in it, 'cause it's a bit narrow and it's metal, so it does flex. It's not like plastic where you'd get a very rigid finish. I think this is the injection point, but I'm not exactly certain. but it's okay, and it's got a slight curve in it which gives it a sort of certain dynamism. I'm not sure whether it was meant to be cast straight and it's just flexed because it's been bashed about in a box or what. I'd have to go and look a bit more closely at some pictures. But I think I'm alright with it being a bit flexed because on a motorbike that will add to the sort of dynamism of the pose. Also it might help to feed around the miniature a bit more easily. We shall see. So next up, I shall just have a quick look to see if I can pose her with separate arms so that she has separate arms. With the arms on so that she's got a two-handed scythe pose. I shall report back in a mo. So first up, no, you can't make an awesome two-handed crazy lady wielding a scythe. That's not possible. On the other hand, I did discover that this piece is not an exhaust pipe, it's actually the pedals as such, and it slots. Sorry, I'm trying to do this on camera and I can't see what I'm doing. It slots this way round through here with a bit of jiggling. Sorry, forgive me. Obviously not going to be able to do it at this instant because I'm on camera. It's very particular, that way around. And then once it's in, you see it's the pedal just here, which is where her feet go. So I just thought I'd clear that up right now so that you're not all thinking like you don't know what you're talking about. So that gives you your places to put her feet. And I only discovered this as I was going to assemble it, so I shall just get it assembled and I'll be back in a second. Here we have it then, a bike and rider fully assembled, not like assembling the whole piece, which is unusual for me. Normally, well, if you're mass painting, right, mount them and paint everything together. This is because if you're mass painting and you're just trying to get to your, especially if you've got like 10 or 20 guys, method paint, keep it simple, keep it stupid, get it together, get it done. But I'm painting one dude once, so this, like I said, is actually pretty unusual for me. I'm going to paint the rider separately from the bike, so neither of them are on bases yet. We'll temporarily stick the rider onto a base just for painting purposes. Also, because if she's stuck onto the base, it means the bottom of her feet won't get painted, which means I'll have stick-on points, which are easy to keep clean. I'll have to think about the bike seat and sticking on. I mean, it's going to be a palaver getting her stuck on. I can tell that already from trying to just get her to sit upright on the bike, and I think she's actually been one of the hardest assemblies. And I think it's because she's in such a dynamic pose, and that makes it very difficult to get it kind of just right without it coming to pieces, really. So, cool mini or not, you decide. Hope this helps in some way for whether you want to buy this or whether you like this particular mini. I am a bit worried that the left arm's going to constantly be coming off. But these sockets, they normally do hold pretty well in the end, is my experience so far. So, thank you for watching. Have a good one and take care. Bye bye.